There are great data from the Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Eric Kandel's lab at Columbia showing that when we do certain forms of exercise, there's a hormone-like molecule that's released into the bloodstream called osteocalcin. Osteocalcin is known to provide support to neurons in a brain area called the hippocampus, which is involved in learning and memory. The 150 to 180 minutes of zone 2 cardio per week will support overall brain health and function by way of improving blood flow. So a lot of cognitive dysfunction is over time and age-related dementia is just poor perfusion of the brain. This is why people who have general cardiovascular issues also generally have issues with thinking, quite honestly. Sleep apnea is also a major problem. Fix sleep apnea by taping your mouth shut and becoming a nose breather at night. That's the best way. People, again, the excess weight issue is not just fat weight, it also is muscle weight. So this is also why bodybuilders are always dropping dead. A lot of them are just asphyxiating themselves in sleep, which is terrible, but that's a niche population. But for most people, not sleeping on your back and not carrying too much weight in the neck and in the torso is going to be helpful.
Why is no one talking about this? We're spending billions of dollars on anti-aging creams, pills, surgeries, but the real anti-aging hacks, they're free, they're simple, and they could literally save your life. I'm going to show you 7 extending hacks that almost no one is talking about, yet backed by science and shockingly easy to do. Let's start with the first one. That's going to be mouth taping at night and nostril breathing throughout the day. This might sound weird, but just trust me here, it's very powerful. Most people are in the habit of breathing through their mouth, especially when you sleep. That actually is a big issue. Here's why. There's a molecule in your body called nitric oxide, and I don't need you to understand the biochemistry here, but here's what I want you to get. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States and across the world. When nitric oxide is depleted, it dramatically increases your chance of heart disease and for men, erectile dysfunction, and it jacks up your nervous system. It prevents you from getting deep, restorative quality sleep. Most people, they're breathing through their mouth when they are asleep. This depletes nitric oxide, lowers your quality of sleep, meaning you're not burning fat, you're not detoxifying, you're waking up the next morning feeling wired and tired. And you'll know this because of your lack of quality of sleep. And then you'll also notice this when your mouth seems a little bit dry when you wake up in the morning. So a simple fix: you put a piece of tape over your mouth before you go to bed. I've been doing this every night for years. When you don't do this, and when you're chronically breathing through your mouth, poor oxygenation to cells, which can lead to increased cancer risk, higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, gum disease is increased, and snoring and sleep apnea might occur. When you mouth tape and train your body to breathe through your nose versus your mouth, you build nitric oxide, and you'll see the following improvements. Stress hormones drop, meaning better quality of sleep. Oxygen delivery to tissues improve, and you get more deep, fat-burning, restorative sleep. Look, mouth taping is safe. You just apply a small piece of tape to train your body to start breathing through your nose. I use a company called Somnifix for my mouth tape. I have a link and a coupon code for them. If you want to use them, I'll drop that down below. But it's not just at night. It's also throughout the day. Be conscious and aware throughout the day of your breathing pattern. A lot of people, as they're working on their computer or watching TV, they're breathing through their mouth. Now, when you're talking like I am, you're going to breathe through your mouth. But when you're not speaking and not exercising, breathe through your nose. Be consciously aware and correct yourself. And be aware. The more you could train your body to breathe through your nose versus your mouth, the more benefits you're going to achieve, the more nitric oxide you're going to build, and you're going to lessen your chance of risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. Again, nobody's talking about this, but you'll see huge improvements in a matter of days with just this first hack.